This is your announcer, Neil Patrick Harris. Welcome to the original theme park podcast, Coaster Radio. Here are your hosts, my close personal friends, Mike Collins and E.B.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the original theme park podcast. You are listening to Coaster Radio. My name is Mike. I am here with my friend E.B. It's getting mystical in here tonight because we're going to talk theme parks and thrill rides, but we are also going to predict the future of theme park and thrill rides.
Oh, Mike, this is so much fun. This is the annual CoasterDamus episode of Coaster Radio, where we take the predictions of the listeners from last year and see if they came true, and we make new predictions for the coming year. Just like Nostradamus used to do, it's CoasterDamus.
That's right. That's right. He's like the cousin twice removed of Nostradamus, and he predicts what happens in the amusement industry. And what I like is that the term CoasterDamus is becoming one of those terms that transcends Coaster Radio. That you actually hear people using it in coaster and theme park forums. I've seen people say CoasterDamus, like, oh, my CoasterDamus prediction is that this will happen at Universal. And they're not necessarily referring to our show, although it did start here. So I like that it's going out into the world.
We've added to the lexicon, Mike, like anticipation, I think is our word. Absolutely.
Right. That's right. So that's cool. So yes, it's so much fun. I love, as much as I like looking forward, and hearing the fun rhymes and quatrains that people come up with, and like that's so much fun. But I love going back and seeing what people got right, but also the crazy things that people said that kind of came close but didn't actually happen. It's a lot of fun. It's really,
and we
really
do have to debate a little bit, right? Because if you make a vague prediction, just like the old Nostradamus, is that really what was meant? And is that really what happened? So that's going to be the first half of the show, is looking back at predictions from last year. And then the second half of the show, we've got tons of predictions to get through for the coming 2026.
Yeah. And you know what's great is that if you're watching us on YouTube, you know, we're not only do we do the audio podcast, but we have the video podcast on YouTube. This year, just like last year, you will see CoasterDamus making the predictions.
Ooh, we conjured him forth.
Yes. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. And the technology for CoasterDamus has improved. It really has. Like you go back and watch what we did in 2025 and now what we're doing in 2026. It's a much, much more realistic CoasterDamus.
The way he eats spaghetti now is so much better.
Yes, that's right. But CoasterDamus completely homegrown. The voiceover done by the talent here at Coaster Radio. So don't, to get all crazy and start yelling about AI voices. Yeah, no hate. It's all homegrown. So you guys are going to dig that. Tons of fun. Before we get to the first drop, though, EB, as a college football fan and an Alabama alumnus, I want to send my congratulations to you and all the good people in Bloomington for the big Indiana win of the national championship for college football.
Hoosiers.
Yes.
Hoosiers. Yeah, talk about predictions. The Indiana Hoosiers started the season 100-1 odds, Mike. To win the college football championship. And yes, indeed, the Hoosiers pulled it off in a great win. It was super fun. The town is just buzzing. It's crazy. The trophy is on display at the Walmart.
Oh my gosh,
go wait in line for an hour to take a selfie with it.
Yep. And don't they post all the photos? Because I remember they did that at Alabama, and some of the most hilarious photos came from that.
My gosh.
I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to be rude, but rednecks going to the Walmart and taking pictures. And there are some funny ones there. And I say that as a redneck Alabama fan myself.
There you go.
But yes, there's something really cool about being in a college town when a team from that university wins the national championship. It's like this crazy celebration. I was a part of a bunch of them at Alabama, and even back when I went to school there was a national championship, and it was just unlike anything ever. So I'm excited.
So much fun.
For you to.
And it doesn't often bleed into the podcast, the college sports stuff. But I think this is a big thing, and so it's great to have a little bit of something special here.
Yeah, and EB, I'm sure that the team and the coaching staff are doing a lot of press events, and since you have access, you're a big guy there on campus. How great is it that you were able to secure some interviews right here today on Coaster Radio?
That's right. I think we have Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Fernando Mendoza here with us.
Oh, here he is. Fernando, welcome. Congratulations on the big game, man.
Hey, Mike, just by the grace of God, I'm here. So excited to hear some CoasterDamus here. First of all, got to say glory to God. It's a team effort, but there's a lot of listeners out there. Your hosting is amazing, EB, showing up every week. It's all for the Lord, Mike. And you're going to show up every week, everybody together, YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, whatever, working hard, get the job done. Praise God. Praise God.
Right. Well, there he is. But that's not all. We have the big man himself, another special guest, head coach of the Indiana University Hoosiers. Here's Kirk Signetti. Here he is. EB, he's just scowling at me. He's just staring at me. I mean, I guess, are you ready, sir, to enjoy this special episode of Coaster Radio with us?
I'll listen to the episode, same as listen to all the episodes, Mike. First episode, last episode, no different for me. It's a podcast. Pretty simple. I listen to podcasts. Ask Jeeves.
There he goes. He's very busy. He doesn't have time for this type of nonsense. He's like Nick Saban in that way. So, yes, he just did it and left. That was it. So,
not interested in your shenanigans. It doesn't matter if there's an interception or a touchdown.
Yeah.
He just scowls.
No smiles. Just reminds me of the guy he learned it from, Nick Saban, the same way. That dude was never happy, never satisfied. So,
all right. Who would have predicted?
Yes, there we go.
Any of that happening on this podcast?
I know, right? 100-1 at the beginning of the season. Nobody saw that coming. So
pretty wild. Worst college football team for the past 60 years in the Big Ten.
Yeah, second most losses all time by a college team, and boom, right to the top.
Gosh. Yeah,
I love it, man. Great stuff. So enjoy that. That's fun. That does not happen all the time, and so it's really cool to be there. And I'm sure the town is just loving it, man. So
it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're loving it here in the amusement industry because we had a big new announcement this week. And something we got to talk about, man, because it's something that's not for this year, but for 2027.
Okay, so even though we're doing CoasterDamus the whole show, we are still doing a first drop.
Yeah, I didn't want to let this go until next week because it was an announcement that just happened a couple days before us recording. At Universal Studios Florida, of course, Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket has been torn down kind of at a record pace, man. They closed that ride, and the next day, pieces of it were coming down, and they've pretty much cleared the whole area now. But we found out what it was making room for, and that is Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. It's coming to Universal Studios Florida in 2027.
Yeah, and already people are like, wait, this is a completely different ride layout. Also, it's not in Hollywood, Mike.
Yes, right? Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people were saying, like, are they going to change it to, like, Orlando Drift or even New York, something like Empire Drift? Because it's, I mean, that ride technically is in the New York section of that park. But I guess they're just like, whatever. We made one sign for Hollywood. Why don't we just make the same sign for Orlando? Who cares?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I can't think of a better name for it. I mean, you could go generic, but then, it could just be the City Drift. I don't know. But this is going to be fun. It's going to be the same thing here. We're going to have spinning cars. But this one is going to have 4,100 feet of track, 72 miles an hour, and a 170-foot spike, Mike.
Yes.
This is a huge difference between these rides.
Yeah. And I heard a rumor that the spike was originally supposed to go on the one in Hollywood too, but they didn't do that.
Oh.
I'm also hearing that the spike is going to go out over City Walk, which should be pretty cool for just the people who are outside the park to see that. So it's one of those things we always talk about where the roller coaster kind of comes outside of the park and you can see it as you're walking in. So that could be cool.
Oh, that's going to be really interesting. Yeah, because and when you talk about a spike, it says a vertical spike, so it's not like it's just going to extend out. It's vertical.
Yeah.
So it's going to be over City Walk. That could be really neat.
And what are they saying? Was it the tallest element or the second tallest element in Orlando? Something like that. I don't know. There was some type of stat that like actually puts it up there in terms of
it's going to be tall.
Yeah,
it's going to be tall for Orlando. Yeah.
So that's really cool. We talked a lot about things that we hoped this ride might be. I know at one point there was conjecture about a Ghostbusters roller coaster.
Sure, because the Ghostbusters Firehouse is right there on that corner.
Yep. And remember that sign they put up saying we're doing Firehouse restoration or something like that? And we thought, so that was one thing. Then there was also talk about a Back to the Future roller coaster.
Yep, that's because the Universal that's going into the UK has a Back to the Future coaster likely. Yep.
Yeah. So when this ride announcement came out, my first gut reaction was to be a little disappointed because I would have rather have seen those other two IPs get used. But then I thought about it yesterday, and I'm actually glad, because maybe Back to the Future and Ghostbusters, like a great ride for those two franchises, really shouldn't be a roller coaster. I think those should be great dark rides. And so if there's still interest in Back to the Future, still interest in Ghostbusters, that could be like a really great universal experience indoors. That's not necessarily a roller coaster. And so I'm kind of glad of that maybe we see some type of new Back to the Future ride at some point. Maybe we see like a Ghostbusters dark ride would be great. And that's like the one type of ride that could really use like shooting technology, like Men in Black or something. Like if you had a ghost blaster and you're going through and doing in the Ghostbusters universe or something, that would be pretty cool. So
yeah, would you guess that maybe it could go into Men in Black? I mean, that IP, do people care about that? And MIB International didn't do so well, and
right, and that seems to me like, gosh, you could like just rip out the Men in Black stuff and like change those to Ecto ones.
It's already there. It's already there.
Yeah,
I don't know a Back to the Future dark ride though.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So here's the other thing that's interesting. So the other. Whatever the Fast and the Furious ride that's currently at Universal
Supercharged.
Yeah, Supercharged. And everybody says that ride sucks. It's got that big, long tunnel.
Yeah.
Not that I'd want them to do any Back to the Future stuff there, but could they? Is there something that could be done there? Some type of special effects thing?
Wouldn't that just be a ride simulator? And that's what they already got rid of for Back to the Future.
I know. I'm just wishful thinking because I love that original Back to the Future ride, man. I missed that.
That's a great ride.
Yeah. So what's good about this is that Fast and the Furious totally makes sense for a roller coaster. Got it at both coasts, but those other two IPs, are still available for something.
Still wait and see
down the road. So I like
That's
it.
fine.
I like
That's
it.
fine.
So that was something that a lot of people predicted. But let's jump back in time. Speaking of Back to the Future, and take a look at the predictions that we had for 2025.
Yes.
Some of which came true, some of which didn't. And let's start, as we always do, EB, by looking at your predictions from 2025.
I didn't do so bad, I feel like. I think I did okay.
Yeah.
All right, here's my first prediction, Mike.
Yeah.
Dollywood announces a dark ride for 2026. Nailed it.
Yep, there you go. Perfect.
That
right
was
away.
an easy one, though, right? And you got to pick some easy ones, and you got to pick some hard ones. You got to go for some long shots, so you really look like a true CoasterDamus. But it's always nice to get those easy wins. That's an easy win for me.
Yeah, but Dollywood could have done something different, man.
They could have, absolutely.
So it's not a slam dunk with all of these for sure.
What is that called? Expedition?
Night Flight Expedition.
Lightning Bug.
Yep.
Lightning Bug.
Lightning Bug ride. Yeah.
What's this next one here? Falcon's flight will open and close within 90 days, and then it will never reopen again, and nobody will care. Well, that clock is ticking, Mike.
Yes, that's right.
It opened. I guess technically I got this one wrong because it did not open and close within 90 days in 2025. But I feel like I think retroactively I'm going to get a win on this if it does in fact close before March 31st.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you said, the clock's ticking, and I think you would still get credit for it.
Okay.
It's still within the time frame, the statute of limitations there. So I think that could work. That's good.
Yeah. All right. Alpenfury at Canada's Wonderland will be the best new ride of 2025.
Some people say it is. Some people do say, yeah.
We have not given away our award yet.
Yeah. But there are a lot of people out there
Yeah.
voting for it. I was looking at the voting just the other day, and the votes were really high for that ride. So, yeah.
I mean, I did not say it's going to win the golden ticket. I just said it was the best new ride. So that's subjective.
Yeah.
But we'll see what Coaster Radio awards the best new ride to. So I might still get this one.
There you go.
Donkey Kong Minecart Madness roller coaster will be a huge disappointment. I think that's a check.
I think so too.
I think that's a win.
I haven't heard anybody other than influencers who want to get some, cred out there saying that ride is nothing but a bummer, especially for what we were promised it would be. And I think the ride length and just the ride experience and the wait times for it and stuff, I think, yeah, you can say with everything that it was promised to deliver, it didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's another one here. Gene Staples will buy Camden Park in Huntington, West Virginia.
No.
No, got it wrong.
Nope,
I picked the wrong small rundown rural park. I should have picked Lake Winnie. I would have gotten it right. This one I think I'm going to pull forward. I think I might pull this one forward into the next year. I don't like to do that too much because it seems like a cop out to always be saying that Six Flags America is going to close.
Right.
I'm kicking myself. I did not predict that last year. I have predicted it in the past a couple of times. It feels like cheating to predict the same thing over and over again, though. So, all right. A new Mattel Adventure Park will be announced for Indianapolis.
Oh,
this was my long shot.
Yeah, it was a long shot.
This idea.
Yeah.
I kind of like this idea. You put it over on the west side of Indianapolis, out by the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It could be a thing.
Yeah,
it could be a thing.
Maybe they'll hear you and do it. And I believe Mattel is opening a water park though in Orlando. I did read something about that. We'll talk about that on a future episode. But yeah, so you were getting a little close there. Yeah.
All right, and here's another one. Holiday World will do something to make getting free soft drinks less available, like fewer stalls, limited selection, or making them not available in restaurants. I think I kind of get credit here. I did say soft drinks. I did not say drinks.
Yeah.
But my visit to Holiday World, I was shocked and upset that they have only one location now that you can go and get free coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
Used to always get your free coffee up at Santa's Mary Marketplace, the old Mrs. Claus kitchen at the top of the park. They no longer have free coffee there. Only free coffee is all the way down in Thanksgiving at Plymouth Rock.
Oh, all right.
So I think
it's sort of, yeah.
I feel like I got that one. And I'm going to say that Holiday World, this is not a prediction, but I think Holiday World is going to continue to erode their free soft drinks slowly.
Interesting. You'll have to report on that and check in and see. Like, think about where it is today in 2026. Where is it in 2030?
Yep.
And let's see. That's interesting. Yeah. It's interesting. A lot of people who sent in CoasterDamuses, not only last year, but this year too, have like 4-year spans.
Yeah.
Like they say, this will happen within the next 4 years. That's technically against the CoasterDamus rules.
Yes, it is.
But we let people go ahead and do that anyway. So we'll talk about that when we get into the predictions, because it's really easy to say something's going to happen within the next 10 years.
Well, we're guessing. Yeah. I did go back. I do go back and forth. You'll see when I get to my predictions. I bring out some classics.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So let's talk about some of those predictions that the listeners made. Let's talk about ones that did not come true, some that were wrong. And we won't call anybody out here. We'll only call out the people who got them right. But here were some ones that did not happen.
You are, losers.
Yes, that's right. That's right. They'll hear him go, oh, that was me. I'm glad he didn't say my name. But here's one. At least one of the Epic Universe rides will not open with the rest of the park.
That seemed like a safe prediction.
Yes,
but
right.
That is wrong. It did not happen.
That did not happen. Some rides open late on opening day, but they all did open. So that is wrong. Let's see. Six Flags will bring in Intamin for the King Dakar redo, as they will use the top hat and don't want the Zamperla fiasco. That is
obviously wrong.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, King Dakar came crashing down, so that did not happen.
Yep.
The Coda Land coasters will not open in 2025.
Okay.
Yeah, and so both did, so that's good.
They did.
Magic Kingdom will not close the Rivers of America, and the Cars attraction will be scrapped.
Nope, it's moving.
Yeah, so the Rivers of America is drained, and their construction ongoing right now. Yep. Six Flags America announces an RMC Raptor for 2026.
This one might be the most wrong.
Yeah, that's just so wrong. And
the entire
sad.
Park is gone.
Yeah, so there was one there. Here's another one. Top Thrill 2 will once again not make it through the whole season.
It did.
You got to give them credit. They got that thing working. It was humming the whole season. A lot of excitement down there at Cedar Point. Donkey Kong Minecart Madness will be the sleeper hit at Epic Universe.
Well, only one of us can be right, and it was me.
Yeah,
you were
there
wrong.
You go. Yes, there you go. And one last one. Kumbo will close and be removed for the long-awaited Giga Coaster.
Nope.
At Busch Gardens, Tampa. So, yeah, that did not happen. So they were all good predictions, and going out on a limb, we like that here, but those were wrong. Here are some true CoasterDamuses from the listening audience. Nathan wrote in and said a new Giga Coaster will be announced this year.
Okay.
And so we did get that with Tormenta. So that was good. Riker said Siren's Curse will open with rousing success. And I like that. Like you might hear that and say like, oh, that's an easy one to say, but not necessarily. That ride could have opened, could have been ho-hum. And, but
could have dumped everybody.
Yeah.
Straight onto the ground.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. So, but a lot of people loving that ride.
I told you not to ride that.
Yeah, don't ride that. Your grandma saying that. So, yeah, I mean, like it, and it got tons of social media attention and stuff. So that's pretty
rousing
good.
Success. Good job, Riker.
Yeah. Blue Diamond Coasters had a couple. He said Dinosaur will close forever in January 2026.
Got it. Good.
He's close. It's going to close February 2nd, 2026, but give it to him by 2 days, right? You gotta give him that one.
That's good. Predicting that over a year ago. Yeah.
Yes.
Good job.
Yeah, that's really good. He says Epic Universe is overall a huge success. However, Thusies will be underwhelmed by Donkey Kong for its tame ride.
I like that. A two-parter. He got both of them right.
Yeah. I mean, and that was, you have to think, reading that now, you're like, oh, of course. But this was a year ago. Mm-hmm. And before Epic Universe ever opened, before anybody got on that ride. So, takes guts to go out on a limb and predict that. How about Brad? He's got two as well. Cedar Point Snake River Falls plot and the Forbidden Frontier plot on Millennium Force Island will be vacant until 2027.
Nope.
So, yeah, you gotta give him that one because even though he's saying till 2027, we still got a year to go. There is nothing on that plot.
So far.
Look at this. And he also said Six Flags will announce they are selling parks in 2025.
Yeah, and we got that.
Yeah. So I guess, they're technically not selling Six Flags America, but,
I think that counts as a sale.
I think so.
They're not closing it and keeping it.
Yeah. So,
really and the person they sold it to could have kept it as an amusement park. I think
that's right.
They would have sold it either way.
Yeah.
So I think that counts.
Yeah, and you will hear in an upcoming CoasterDamus prediction, some people think maybe something might be happening with Six Flags America. That's what's going to be fun. I think you guys are really going to like the predictions this year. You got to give it to our audience, EB. They really stepped up.
Always.
They always do. But this year in particular, we had so many submissions with rhyming couplets and quatrains and poems. They're really good. And but actually, aside from being creative, a lot of them are pretty interesting for some things that seem wacky. But
good.
We're living in wacky times, not just in the amusement industry, but in the amusement industry too. Like there's a lot of weird stuff happening, and I can see maybe some of these predictions coming true. So let's take a break, and then we get to hear them, not only from our listeners, but from CoasterDamus himself. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's coming up right after this.
This is Coaster Radio. Welcome back to the original theme park podcast, Coaster Radio. Here are your hosts, Mike Collins and EB.
Welcome back, everybody, to the original theme park podcast. You are listening to Coaster Radio. My name is Mike. I am here with EB, and we are ready to gaze into the future to see what is going to happen in the amusement industry in the year 2026, or what we think is going to happen in the year 2026.
And we've got some long shots. We got some easy predictions, I think, that where people are trying to get the win. We've also got CoasterDamus himself about to join us to read some of these wonderful rhyming quatrains that the listeners have written in the correct style. Mike, I want to go through my predictions first.
Yes.
To kind of kick us off. So my first set of predictions, I'm kind of doing a double down of announcements from Universal. My first one is going to be, and these are just announcements. I'm not saying anything's going to open yet, and I'm not saying when it's going to open. First, The Legend of Zelda will be announced as a replacement for the Lost Continent at Islands of Adventure.
Ooh, all right.
Right? And this is not something that I am unique in predicting. I've seen this prediction around before in other places. And I think it's a good bet because the Netflix series, the live action Legend of Zelda Netflix series, is premiering next May. And so I think if that's a hit, you might see them make this announcement by the end of 2026.
All right. Yeah. And that is a good nugget to know as part of that prediction. I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that Lost Continent could be a really great Legend of Zelda. It's an original land to that park. It doesn't have anything in it right now, really, for the most part. A lot of that infrastructure would really easily integrate, I feel like, into the Legend of Zelda universe. I think that's a good one.
Yeah. How do you think that would do overall? Like, you're more of a Nintendo guy than I am. Do you think that would work? Do you think people would get excited for that?
I think so. I think it would work just as well as a Lord of the Rings, because I think if or How to Train Your Dragon, even if you're not a fan, you like monsters and goblins and swords and princesses and horses, and you know what I mean? Like, you're still into that stuff. And that's exactly what this would be. It would just have that vibe for non-fans.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been into like lands with IPs that I don't know, and I still enjoy it because I still get it. I still understand, you know, and I think that even though I know nothing of Legend of Zelda, I'd be excited to see what they did with that type of property. So
I just found my 1000th Korok in Tears of the Kingdom. Thank you very much for people who know what I'm talking about.
No idea, but I like the sound of it anyway. So that's
all right. Here's another Universal Nintendo prediction.
Okay.
Pokemon will be announced as a replacement for The Simpsons.
Oh.
At both parks.
Wow. Okay.
And the Simpsons ride will become Pokemon Snap.
What does that mean? Because that's another thing I don't know. I do not know.
Pokemon Snap is a Nintendo game where you are in a vehicle and the vehicle travels around different zones and you snap photographs of elusive Pokemon.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But I could see that being the ride, and then Team Rocket attacks or whatever, and then you kind of have it becomes more of an adventure. But the Universal is losing the Simpsons license.
Yes.
In not too long, and they need something to replace. And what better than another Nintendo property with a cartoony kind of a feel? And I think it could be Pokemon. Some people have said Pokemon for Islands of Adventure, Lost Continent, but I think The Simpsons. I think that's where it's going to go.
That makes sense.
So those are those two. My next one is one that I'm pulling out of the mothballs.
All right.
That I've predicted before. And again, one of these years it's going to happen, and I'm just hoping it's the year that I predict it. Elitch Gardens in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, yes.
Sold to a real estate developer.
I remember you making this prediction a couple of years ago, and I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. Yeah. That's a park you visited, though, right?
I have not been to Elitch Gardens.
No, you have not? Okay. I thought that was one you visited. Yeah.
No, I went to Lakeview, and I've been to Glenwood Caverns, but not to Elitch Gardens and the Meowwolf out there. But it's been on my list. It's been on my list before it goes away.
Yeah. It's valuable though, right? The real estate is valuable.
It is one of the few true downtown amusement parks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's a good one. I like that.
All right. How about Gene Staples will buy Camden Park, West Virginia, or operate or make a deal to operate it. I'm going to bring that one forward one more year.
Do it. Keep doing it every year till it happens, because it's going to. That sounds like one that is going to happen. Absolutely.
I almost said that he would buy Lakeview, because that's another rundown park, but classic and weird. And I almost said Glenwood Caverns, but I don't know if Gene Staples wants to get on that side of the Mississippi.
Right.
You know, I don't know. All right, and then my last one here, Mike, is this is a Coaster Radio prediction, because you and I were talking about this.
Yes.
Coaster Radio will record and post 100 videos.
Oh, nice. Okay.
In 2026. And I haven't decided if I want to count the 48 episodes of the show that we're putting on YouTube or not. It'll depend on how well we do with posting videos.
That's what I was going to ask you, if these count. We've done 2 of these so far, like actually putting video podcasts out. Does that count as 2?
Yeah, so this is sort of a secretly I'm predicting 52 videos.
Yeah, okay. Let me ask you this.
And then I'll add the YouTube ones to it.
Do reels count? YouTube Reels. Okay, those do count. Okay.
Yeah, all right. I'm talking short content. I'm not talking about Coaster Studios documentaries. I'm talking
good.
Any kind of video.
All right, I like that. I think we could get to 100, especially with what you and I are talking about, like, with the meetup coming up, shooting a lot of content there, and just a lot of content during the summer at our different park trips.
Just quick little things, man. I think people like it. I think that's where, people are consuming content a lot more, is in vertical videos on platforms like Instagram. So we're gonna try and make that happen for y'all. So that's my last prediction.
You said something very good behind the scenes, and I want to mention it quickly, and then we'll jump into everybody's CoasterDamus predictions. You said that the 2 of us should meet up at parks, but not publicize it, not make it into a meetup or something where we have to do a lot of things. But you and I show up at a park, let's say like Dollywood, and just shoot content all day. Like, go on rides, have a good time, have a great day, but shoot content all day long and put it out.
Make it like a work trip.
Yeah.
Make it a work trip. And I
Yeah.
think if we just did that maybe 2, 3, 4 times a year, we would be able to spread that content out. It would be really, really cool
Yeah.
if we really just make it be a work, because it's a slog. I think this is, I mean, and again, we don't want to dwell on this too much. It's a slog to do a weekly podcast and to keep social media going, especially if you're just slogging through it day after day, week after week. The secret I've learned in my years of creating content is to batch it. Right?
Yes,
you
yeah,
make it in batches,
Sure.
right? It takes just as long to pull your camera out and make one video as it does to take your camera out and make 20 videos.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
I love it. I love it. So now it's time to turn our attention to the predictions that our listeners have sent in. And in, I'd say 95% of the cases here, people have sent in rhyming poems and rhyming quatrains in the style of Nostradamus.
Yes.
Yes. And for those who don't know, Nostradamus, if you don't know that name, he is somebody who was in like the 14th century. Yeah, ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves about it. Ask Google about it. But he was a seer of the future, and he predicted things like the Kennedy assassination, if you want to believe in that. I don't know. But he was basically somebody who wrote these rhyming couplets that predicted the future. And so we have basically taken Nostradamus, turned it into CoasterDamus, and ask our listeners to do the same thing, but predicting the future of theme parks.
There you go.
Yes. So it's time to call forth the soothsayer, the seer of the future, to bring him back here onto Coaster Radio, and the music just sets the mood here, EB.
Ooh, indeed. Is he going to apparate? I forget how he comes here. Do we summon him like a seance?
Yeah, I think so. You hear the chimes, and that means he is here. Oh, there it is, the chimes. We are joined now by CoasterDamus, who has the first prediction of the evening, EB.
The blueprints arrive, the thuzies all cheer, but whispers spread fast. No coaster this year. A flat ride, a dark ride, the forums ignite. Kings Island stirs fury with one simple slight.
Oh my gosh, there's the first prediction, EB.
Kings Island
CoasterDamus
slights the thuzies with no roller coaster announcement. I think that's my interpretation of that CoasterDamus right there.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to put in the Phantom Theater, get everybody excited for 2026, but no roller coaster in 2027. Yeah, that's what CoasterDamus is predicting there. So a good first one from CoasterDamus, because people are expecting a roller coaster soon from that place.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, let's go back. CoasterDamus, what else do you have for us for predicting 2026?
Behind corporate doors, the numbers look grim. 2 Six Flags parks draw their curtains in dim. A year's bitter end, the news drops like bricks. Farewell to 2 parks in the chain of 6.
Oh, wow. Sometimes, EB, it's hard to tell what CoasterDamus is predicting, but he's
Laying
coming
it out.
right out and letting you know what he thinks. 2 closures of Six Flags parks in 2026.
And this is one of those predictions where not just saying Six Flags will close parks, which leaves you some wiggle room to get the answer right. This is saying 2.
Yeah.
So whoever
All right.
sent this in maybe has 2 in mind, but
Yeah, I like that.
That part was still vague.
By the way, can I say how much I love the look of CoasterDamus this year? Like he's really moving. He's moving his hands. If
He
you look
looks
closely,
great.
yeah, he's got a candle on his desk. The candle is flickering. If you look closely, he's moving the paper on his desk.
Watch the show on YouTube. If you
Yeah.
still have not found Coaster Radio on YouTube and seen the show with us, the show's been on YouTube for a year now, and this is a good one to watch the video on. He looks like the most interesting man in the world. He's going to offer me a Dos Equis.
That's right, he does. He has that same face. It's so great.
Right.
But look in the background. He's got like roller coaster blueprints behind him and on
Oh,
his
he
desk.
does indeed. He's like a French
Yeah.
Da Vinci Santa Claus. I don't know.
I love it. So a brand new
Let's get another-
CoasterDamus. Also, he's got a nameplate. This is
Like it's an
CoasterDamus.
office desk.
Yeah. I don't know why, but he does.
Hold my calls. I'm on the
Yes,
podcast.
I'm CoasterDamus, so I like CoasterDamus. So
Phones
yes.
haven't been invented yet, but they will be.
No,
Trust
yes,
me.
exactly. He's mystical, man. He's mystical. He's seeing into the future, and He sees
The
that
name
you
of the
need a
secretary
nameplate.
also,
Yeah, there you
mystical.
go. There you go. All right, CoasterDamus, what do you have for us next?
From park gates ashore, they turn to the tide. Universal sails with ambition and pride. A world-class cruise coaster, stunt shows that roar. Year-round haunted houses, characters galore.
Oh, very good, CoasterDamus. Yes, predicting that Universal is going to announce a cruise line this year.
A cruise ship.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are the haunted houses? Is that the haunted house on the cruise ship? Okay.
I guess so. Like its own Halloween Horror Nights section and a coaster on the ships as well.
And
That's pretty
stunt shows.
interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
A Waterworld stunt show on a boat.
Yes.
That sounds good.
That's wild. That's a lot. That is an interesting prediction.
That's a bold one.
Yes, because
That's a
they're
bold
not
one.
just saying there's going to be a cruise. They're saying there's going to be these things on it. So very bold stuff here from whoever sent these in to CoasterDamus. So CoasterDamus is on a roll. Let's see what's up next.
Another delay, collectible pain. Mattel's Grand Park slips the date once again. At last they proclaim, with hopeful elate, final delay, folks. See you in 28.
Oh, I like this one because Mattel's been just delaying and delaying that park. I could see him doing it one more year, saying 2028 is going to be the year.
I want Mattel to tweet out exactly that quote. Final delay, folks. See you in 28.
That's right. Can you
Solid
imagine if they
prediction,
did? That would make the person who sent this in complete CoasterDamus. That's pretty good.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
good.
good. And here's one more from this listener. I like this one a lot. CoasterDamus, please give us the prediction.
Electric guitars, a familiar scream. The Muppets replace the rock and roll dream. The ride falls flat, the fans all erupt. Muppet lovers riot, chaos erupts.
Oh, I really like this prediction because we have such high hopes for the Muppets taking over Rock and Roller Coaster. But what if they don't do it well? What if it's a bunch of cardboard in the ride and the pre-show is not as good as the original one with Aerosmith? A lot could go wrong here.
It could be as bad as rhyming the word erupt with erupt.
It might be. It might be.
These were sent in by Donnie this first set. So Donnie, good predictions, good job. Points off for rhyming erupt with erupt.
That's right. He could have blamed it on CoasterDamus, though. That CoasterDamus did that. So, yes, what we're going to do is give all of these and then tell you guys who wrote them because these are fantastic things that people have written in. So,
Right.
Let's see what else CoasterDamus has for us, man. These are great predictions so far.
In the year of 2026, certain parks will flaunt their new tricks. Tormenta opens with great acclaim. Its first drop will surely put all others to shame.
Oh, now that's interesting. That's interesting because it is a pretty high drop for a dive coaster. I mean, record setting for a dive coaster. Do you think? Do you think that's going to be the thing that puts this on the map?
And I think the prediction here is that this is going to be a standout, if not the best, roller coaster of 2026.
Yeah,
If we're saying
yeah.
putting all others to shame, Tormenta down there in Texas. I still say that drop maybe isn't the most thrilling and exciting element. It's that record-breaking vertical loop.
Yes,
that,
I think so.
To me, is exciting.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
That one was from Chris.
Yeah, that was from Chris. I'm not sure if that's the only prediction for this ride. There's some that feel the other
I'm
way.
looking
EB.
ahead, and here they are. Okay.
Yeah. Take a listen to what CoasterDamus has to say here.
Tormenta, Tormenta, a true torrent of sounds, but much disappointment is sure to abound. Too rough and too bouncy, the coaster boys screech. This ride will age like rotten quiche.
Ooh, I like how he said rotten.
I like that. That's
too
right.
bouncy.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing with the King's Dominion ride, Rapterra. A lot of people complaining about that bounce.
If
I mean, I
B&M
felt it
can't
on the
figure
launch.
that out.
I felt it too, and a lot of the B&M roller coasters coming out, like for whatever reason, I don't know what the issue is, but there's a bounce, there's a shimmy. So are we going to see the same thing here on Tormenta? I'm not sure.
That's a heavy car they're putting on that track.
Absolutely. So that one was from Ryan. Patrick sent this next one in for CoasterDamus to read. It's kind of along the same lines about Tormenta. Take a listen.
Tormenta opens loud with thunderous cheer, a shiny new draw that pulls crowds far and near. Opening week packed with excitement and gear, a storm that feels destined to dominate the year. But the weeks drift by and the magic feels thin. The lines shorten fast as the novelty wears in. A flawless machine, yet too safe to win. A ride well respected, but barely rode again.
Oh, interesting. All right.
So it opens with a bang. Everybody loves it and excited because it's record-breaking, huge, awesome dive coaster. But is that boring? We've said dive coasters are kind of a fad that kind of doesn't excite people. And maybe just because it's got those two records, kind of, those two big elements that are big records, that's not enough. That's Patrick's prediction there. So, yeah. Okay.
I was thinking about that, though, because my home park of Busch Gardens Williamsburg has a dive coaster. And, it's always got a giant line, man. I mean, it's been there forever. There have been other roller coasters that have come since that have surpassed it. But people flock to that ride, not only to ride it, but to watch it. So,
well, they look really good from the midway.
Yes, they sure do.
And Tormenta is going to be no different. So I think it does draw in the GP that way.
Yeah.
Way more than like a Verbolten that you can't really see a lot of it.
Absolutely. So not everyone sent in a rhyme, so we do have some predictions here just from listeners that we can get to here. Ethan wrote in and said Universal Orlando is going to announce a Wicked-themed area at either Islands of Adventure or Epic Universe in the next 4 years.
You can't say 4 years, Ethan. You got to predict every year. So that's not going to happen. That's my. There's other themes I think that are way ahead in line before Wicked.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Wicked fade. I know it was a big deal when the first movie came out. The second movie didn't do as well. It still did well, but I unless they're going to have more Wicked content.
And they say there is potentially another 2 movies in the works or something right? But
prequels, sequels, whatever.
So.
I don't know.
But Ethan's making a long shot prediction, maybe. So,
yeah, sure.
That's
it's
good.
great.
We want
it's great.
Too.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Especially if they add some Wizard of Oz stuff in there too. They could do it. Why not? I mean, they built that Oz park somewhere, and that was a big deal with all.
I could see Oz replacing Seuss Landing.
Sure.
That could be cool.
That could be interesting. That could be interesting. That would be a good place to do it. Yeah, absolutely. Riker wrote in, and he's got a bunch of predictions here. He says, Night Flight Expedition will blow away expectations.
I disagree because I think the expectations are really, really high.
They are super high.
And it will meet it.
Yeah. He says, Tormenta will be the worst Giga Coaster because of it being a gimmick and because of the awful collar restraints.
Comparing it to all the other Giga Coasters, he might be right.
Yeah. He says Universal is going to have a Wicked theme land. He believes it too, but a headlining ride will be the Flying Theater by Mach. So he's taking it a step further. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. He says Disney will announce a new gate and will leave some people disappointed at what will be added. He's thinking this year? Because I don't know if that's going to happen. Announcing. I mean, anything could happen. I mean, we're being shocked year after year at different things that are happening. So
I do not mind a long shot.
Yeah. Falcon's flight will be completely obliterated and not operate for at least a month when a sandstorm hits Six Flags Qiddiya.
I think Riker watches too many movies. I don't think sandstorms actually happen like that.
No, I don't think so. It's not like one of those biblical movies where the sand comes in. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. Galactic Coaster at Legoland will be a perfect fit for the park and draw attention from other parks, making them want to buy more art engineering rides.
I barely know anything about this. I'll have to look it up. I remember we talked about Galactic Coaster.
Yeah.
But this is a good prediction from Riker that it's going to be a coaster that gets people excited.
Yeah, and also more predictions coming about that ride coming up here soon. Islands of Adventure will receive a brand new themed land, replacing the Lost Continent and Seuss Landing.
Okay,
So
great.
He's taking your prediction one step further and saying it's not just going to take Lost Continent, but Seuss Landing as well.
Sure.
Interesting. Coaster Radio will do a meetup at Lagoon Amusement Park during their Frightmares event. I don't know about that. I don't know if we have any plans for that, but you never know.
I would love to go to Lagoon again, and I would love to have a meetup there. I wouldn't mind putting a prediction in there that EB finds his way to Lagoon in 26.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind going there with you because that's a park I've always wanted to visit. So it's top 5.
I'd put that at a 50-50.
Sure,
Maybe
why
less.
Not? Who knows? You and I just might figure in like, why not and go do it.
We could set an alert for flights into Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could make a weekend out of it.
Is there anything else to do out there? What else is there to do? Just that?
Mormon stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
The salt flats are super cool.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Mormons and salt.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Lagoon.
Salt Lake City people right now are just screaming about these amazing things that are in their city.
I'm sure it's a beautiful.
You guys don't know about such and such?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
We don't.
Sure, yeah.
We only know about Mormons and the salt flats.
Exactly. I'm sure it's a beautiful city. I'm sure it is. But yeah. I know some people from there, though. I could ask them. I'm sure there's tons of stuff to do. But it's not like they're going to have a tiki bar for me to go to. That's
not a
sure.
lot of tiki bars, not a lot of coffee shops.
No, I don't know. Yes, I think that's not happening. So, but that's all right. There's more to life than that, so that's good. One last one. Lagoon will announce an RMC coaster for their Pioneer Village using some of the old land from the zoo, which you were happy closed. So that's good.
Great.
Here's some from Brad. Let's see. Universal will announce Pokemon will replace Lost Continent at Islands of Adventure. So he's seeing it go in a different area instead of
I've heard that
Zelda.
too, but I don't think that's the best place for it. But that's fine. Good prediction.
Hershey Park will announce a new Vekoma family-launched roller coaster for the 2027 season. Good prediction. That's not bad.
They've already announced a water park expansion. I think they just announced that earlier this week.
Yeah, so I don't know, but that's a good prediction for the future
for 27. Because this
yeah.
announcement for 26 is just 2 little kiddie areas in the water park. So you always can predict a roller coaster when the previous year was a small addition.
Right, absolutely. Cedar Point will announce a new family area to replace Kiddie Kingdom for the 2027 season.
I don't even know what Kiddie Kingdom is, so yeah, that's a good prediction.
Yeah. Cedar Point will also announce 2026 will be the last season for Gemini.
Oh, no. Would they take out Gemini? Would they take that out?
I can't imagine. It's cool, and I don't see...
It's
probably
weird, and it's in the middle of the... You can really see it.
I can't imagine. I mean, that seems like a pretty easy ride to maintain, but you never know.
It's classic, and it's old. It like gives that old vibe to the park. There's not a lot of old stuff left.
Right.
But Brad, that's a fair prediction. I hope it doesn't come true.
Yeah, but if that's not a bad one at all. So let's see. RMC will announce a split Rex for 2027.
I think that's going to come true because we're going to see it down at Codaland, right? Didn't we see in a Coaster Studios video when they toured the RMC offices, they got a sneak peek at some things maybe they weren't supposed to.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And they're already talking about the split Rex. There's some videos out there about it. So here's another one. Waldemere will tease their next future coaster edition.
Okay, Waldemere gets a coaster.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, that's good. And one last one from Brad. Zamperla will announce a triple launch coaster project for a park overseas that will be taller and faster than Top Thrill 2.
What park would that go to?
I don't know.
An overseas. I feel like an overseas park. Only Americans care about dumb biggest record coasters.
Yeah.
Other parks are much more nuanced. Instead of, I think the biggest one.
Right,
Let's go
exactly.
ride it.
Yeah.
I'm American.
Europeans don't care about that stuff as much. And so
are we
talking about Middle East? Are we talking about China?
Six Flags Kid kind of do it all.
Yeah, they already did it. So I wonder. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All
right. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brad. CoasterDamus has been, just kind of resting a little bit, but he is back. He is ready. for more predictions. Yes, that music once again, man.
Oh, more rhyming.
Means that he's got his rhyming dictionary out and he is ready for more. Another prediction from the great CoasterDamus.
The gates are shut, no guests inside, but like a phoenix, something will rise. If not the park, at least one ride in Maryland thrills will still abide.
Oh, what could that mean, man?
What does that mean? Now, is this your idea of like tear down the entire park and build a housing development, but the wild one is still there?
Is that what he's talking about?
Is that the idea?
Yeah, like they're going to tear down the rest of Six Flags America, but leave one ride standing, and would it be the wild one? And just as part of whatever that's going to be, like a community or something. That
doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, unless you think about Leap the Dips. And isn't Leap the Dips just in a community and they've all gathered around to say, we're just going to keep it running? Like,
all right. This one was from Ben G. And I am very much looking forward to 2026 to see if this comes true. Ben.
I know. I like that one, though. Because, what ride would survive, or would any?
I love that.
Very interesting. All right. Let's hear another one from CoasterDamus.
2026 heralds an incredible year for indoor coaster fans far and near. Galactic Coaster, Verbolten, and Night Flight earn praise, proving the dark ride coaster hybrid is not just a phase.
Oh, I like this one a lot because, we're seeing some interesting indoor roller coasters that have great dark ride elements to it.
Yeah, and I was looking at some of that Galactic Coaster that's going into Legoland, and it's got some AR that's going into it. It's got some interesting stuff where the kids can actually design parts of the coaster car. It's kind of some interesting stuff that can be happening. Night Flight too.
Yeah, and also very curious. We haven't had a chance to talk about it yet, but Verbolten and what they're going to do with the new overlay. And there's talks about animatronics and stuff going into the queue and. Some really interesting things just to bring that ride to life a little more. And so interesting because that ride isn't that old. So it's fascinating to me that they're already taking a look at that. But maybe it's one of those things that it makes sense with the budget. Like, hey, it's a
freshen
year
it up.
Yeah, we can't build a new roller coaster, but we can make one of our other roller coasters even better. So really, really cool. All right, let's see what else CoasterDamus has.
The universe of epic shall e'er keep growing. Late in the year, new plans shall start showing. While creature fans won't see it, built very soon, a ride is confirmed for the Black Lagoon.
Oh, I like this. And this one was from Tim, who won the Real Design Contest back in the day with Creature from the Black Lagoon. This was his idea to have the glass bottom boat ride with the Creature from the Black Lagoon coming up from underneath. And he's saying the Epic Universe might pull it off and do it.
That would be fantastic if that goes into the classic monsters area. The Dark Universe, that's what it's called. Monsters Unchained, The Frankenstein Experiment, Curse of the Werewolf, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Glass Bottom Boat Adventure. I love it.
Yeah, it could really work, man. That would be such an awesome ride and something that has not been done yet. Mm-hmm. Really cool stuff. So maybe they could even use the ride system that they're using for Night Flight Expedition, where the ride can move through and do, all these different elements. But it's just, you'd have to have it be a huge boat because people need to see down into it. So it's not like you can put rows really tight together. You need to be able to see down, through the glass bottom. So,
it's still difficult. Cool. Tim, good prediction.
Yeah, very, very neat. All right.
Selfishly, Tim really wants it to come through.
I know. Right. And he said he would not sue Universal. He would just like some passes to go ride it. So, yeah, he doesn't need much. Universal Creative. All right, let's see what we've got here. More from the mighty CoasterDamus.
For far too long, the king of coasters, X2, has been neglected. This year, it will be relocated to a park where it is properly respected.
Oh, now that would be shocking if X2 moved?
X2?
Huh.
No, who wants it? Nobody wants that ride.
I don't know.
I don't know, Nico, that's a bold prediction.
Yeah, that was from Nico in Orlando.
I predict Nico is going to send me a new Epic Universe tickets for February when we go down to Orlando.
That would be nice. I would like that prediction to come true.
Yeah,
that'd be good. That would be very interesting if one day we heard X2 is just picking up and moving to another Six Flags park or just another park if somebody else bought it. Really fascinating. So
that's great.
Here's one from Carl. Carl wrote this in, but CoasterDamus will read it for Carl. So Carl, he's helping out Carl.
If it rhymes, CoasterDamus reads it.
That's right, exactly. Yeah, that's right. That's how it works. If you don't want CoasterDamus to read it, don't send a rhyme. Yeah, so here it is. CoasterDamus reading Carl's prediction.
Take heed of my prediction. Who knows if I'm right? The ride of the year will be the night flight. Here's one that I think on the limb of a tree. Could Scream Machine be the next RMC?
Oh, interesting. He's talking about Scream Machine at Six Flags Over Georgia? I don't know, man. That's an out and back, but it's a true, like, old school out and back roller coaster. Like, it goes out by the lake and just up and down, up and down. I can't imagine that's a good candidate for an RMC at all.
Yeah, and it's out over the water. Have they done an RMC? That adds to the cost, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's just that's
very
like
long, very long out and back. I'm looking at the stats on it here.
Yeah.
It's a true out and back.
I like the
idea.
What would it do?
Yeah, what would it do?
I don't know. That's the thing.
It's a bunch of barrel rolls, right?
Yeah. Like the best RMC retrofits are ones where like it's a wooden roller coaster and it goes back in on itself over and over. You know, it's like we've never seen them do
twister
anything.
Layout. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like that's an interesting thought. That's interesting. But like, yeah, I don't know.
All right,
and plus,
Carl.
that's such a pretty roller coaster in old school. You know, like that's one I see them just keeping up for generations.
Yeah, people would be upset.
Yeah. I once rode that. I've told this story before, but I rode that like 10 or 15 times in a row for a television shoot. And I was wearing a blonde wig because I was supposed to be playing like a surfer dude, like Bill and Ted or something. I don't know what we were doing. I don't know what that was all about, but I remember holding on to the wig because the thing was like had the bunny hops coming in back into the station, and it was pretty wild. I wish I had that video. That was. I hate that some of the most funny theme park videos I ever produced were before YouTube came out, because now those tapes are just gone. I don't know where it was. Everything was on tape, and so like if we were producing those things in the age of YouTube, it would survive. But it's just, you know, it's so hard to find that stuff. Anyway, let's hear more from the soothsayer.
Ride the Scream Machine. Let's go. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. A horrible accent, but I miss it. All those things are just, you know, sitting in a library somewhere at the University of Alabama. I don't know.
We'll have to recreate them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we'll do. All right. CoasterDamus, please favor us with another prediction.
At Kings Island, the Vortex plot stands bare. Another season passes, nothing rises there. While Phantom Theater thrills with lights and with tricks, that empty ground stays quiet through 2026.
Oh, that's an interesting one, because that's a giant piece of land that is just sitting there unused where Vortex was, right?
Well, I'm interpreting this as there will be nothing built there in 2026, but I'm going to go ahead and say that this is also a prediction. Nothing will be announced for that area in 2026, right? So this is another. We had another one that said no coaster announcement for Kings Island. So I agree. I think this is true. We're not going to see. They're waiting for something big to go in where Vortex was. That's a prime piece of real estate in that park.
Yeah. Well, that one was from Cincinnati John. Here is one from CoasterDamus about Cedar Point.
I see many visions, oh brother. Many rives removed will birth another. Dr. Dilbert Fling and Snake River Falls have brought a Woody to Cedar Point's thralls.
Oh, that's interesting. I had to look up what Dr. Dilbert Fling was. I did not know what that was.
Okay, what is it?
It's a big, one of those big swings. Not swings, but like the free fall rides. that you pay extra for. I'm probably saying it wrong. The whatever those are, where pulls you up all the way to the top. You pull the ripcord, and
Okay, so getting rid of that, and Snake River Falls goes away, and we're putting a wooden roller coaster into Cedar Point is the prediction here.
Yeah, interesting. So always possible, and a lot of people saying, maybe even using the Millennium Force Island for something. So there's land out there. There's room to do some things. So that's interesting. All right, let's hear another one about some recent happenings here in the amusement industry.
Enchanted parks will consume more, and California is where they'll set their score. They seek the park that's found in Vallejo, its future beyond that is entirely unknown.
There we go. So that one was from Thomas, thinking Enchanted Parks is going to pick up Six Flags Magic Mountain.
No, Discovery Kingdom. Discovery Kingdom.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't know how I did that. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
And I can see that. Sure, why not? I do think we're going to see. I'm surprised we don't have more predictions about Enchanted Parks. And I think it's because people are just so like, what is happening with this? Maybe they don't even want to try and guess.
Yeah.
And so this prediction, I suppose, is just there will be more parks than we think.
Yes.
Coming under that brand.
Yeah.
So I think that's a sound prediction. So those last two are from Thomas.
Yeah,
there
we
that's
go.
A good one, Thomas.
Yeah, so I wonder if Enchanted Parks is going to move beyond water parks. That's what I'm really curious, and we'll know soon. But that's really interesting. Yeah,
I think they're making a second tier. I was talking to my buddy Scott, who's a listener to the show. So shout out to my buddy Scott, and he was saying this is Six Flags maybe unloading the lesser parks. Right?
Yes.
How do you improve the Six Flags brand? How do you make the Six Flags brand mean good parks? Well, you look at the portfolio and you offload the ones that aren't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Into something else.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what's happening with Enchanted Parks.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. That's really interesting. Yeah. This stuff is so fascinating to watch, all of it. It's just, to sit here from our seats and not only talk about the fun stuff, but just how things are moving and changing and how things happening today you could not have thought were going to happen 20 years ago.
That's right.
Really, really interesting. So CoasterDamus sees it all, though, man, and he's got another prediction for us.
Steel giants groan beneath an ink-gray sky. Turnstiles slow where beforehand thundered loud. The Six wrestles debt as seasons fly, chasing laughter through a thinning crowd. Stock prices continue to tank and strain. What could save the flags of Six? Mark Shapiro splits the sky, his voice not lame, calling Coaster Radio to provide a fix.
Wait, what is happening?
That one is a strange one, man.
This one is from Wes, and this one does absolutely require some interpretation.
Yes, I think so.
I'm not sure what's happening here.
Yeah, so he's talking about Six Flags wrestling debt and a thinning crowd. So it's kind of some of the stuff that you're talking about. Like, do they have some troubles, and does attendance plummet a little bit? But then he talks about as the stock prices tank and strain, who comes in to save things?
Mark Shapiro splits the sky. Like, I'm imagining like in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, like as a cartoon, he splits the clouds and he's God. Comes down, he's like, I appoint you, King Arthur of the Britons.
Oh my
Coaster Radio, save them. Set forth on your journey.
Like he would call us for anything. Yeah, so I like that one. That's funny. So Wes came up with a funny one that also had some truth there at the beginning. So that's pretty good.
Wes. Thank you.
All right, one last one before CoasterDamus. We'll go back to his ethereal realm for the rest of the year, and we will not see him again until 2027. CoasterDamus, if you have it in you, sir, give us one more prediction for this year.
An exciting IP hasn't hit the scene. It will finally come to parks of theme. One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them. Universal will thrill us all when they come to bind them. Gandalf, Bilbo, and Frodo too. could make epic anew. Or perhaps with much charm and wit, they'll meet the eye of a happy Brit.
This is Lord of the Rings coming to Universal Parks. And this has been something that's been talked about ever since Epic Universe was first announced, maybe even before that. I mean, our Matt the Archivist, or the listeners that remember the old episodes, I think we've talked about Lord of the Rings coming to the parks way back. But this is a good one. Is it going to be going to a new land in Epic Universe? I think it's way too early to announce a new land for Epic Universe.
Yeah, I think so too. But the part of this that really interested me is that would this go to that new Universal Park in England? And does Lord of the Rings work better there?
Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
I think we've seen the map of that park, or at least the artist's rendering of what the park could look like, and people were picking out and guessing exactly what they were seeing there. There wasn't a Lord of the Rings land when we looked at it.
Right.
But
Right.
that doesn't mean it wasn't just an artist's drawing and a rendering to throw anybody off. I mean, it certainly could still be happening. So, Zach,
Absolutely.
this is a good prediction, Zach. I think it's a one that, again, could be something that you could pull out year after year after year until eventually it does happen.
Yeah. So, don't you agree, EB? Our listeners once again stepped up.
I love
man.
it.
A ton
I love this
of
episode.
I love this too, because there are creative people out there, but there's not only creativity, but like actual really good predictions.
Good
Because-
analysis of the situations out there. Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, even though there were some funny ones in there, you could see a lot of these things happening. And if they did happen, it would surprise us, but not shock us. So I like these predictions.
Thought
And-
into all of them, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see what happens a year from now. 2027, we'll be there and we'll check it out and see which of these came true, just like we looked at the 25 predictions earlier in the show. So a great show. I love this show, man. I love the show. I love this time of year because these are some of the best shows of the year. They happen right away. We've got CoasterDamus this week, but next week, our good friend, longtime friend, Arthur Levine, coming on the show, and we're taking a look at all of the brand new attractions for the coming year.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Arthur's coming back for his 20th year in a row, 21st year in a row.
Yes,
I think we've had it
so.
every year
Yep.
on the podcast. So this is going to be a great time next week, talking to Arthur Levine about everything coming in 2026. We're going to have our announcement of the Coaster Radio Best New Attraction of 2025. That's right around the corner, too. So much more to come. So much fun. And, of course, the meetup, Mike, is happening in February.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
going to be just a cash meetup. I think maybe, Mike, we're just going to go and we're going to shoot some videos, ride some rides, and have a good time with our listeners down at SeaWorld Orlando, Sunday, February 22nd. This is what's going to happen. It's going to be so much fun. We hope you can make your way down there. We can ride a bunch of coasters together. And then, Mike, we're talking maybe we hit Epic Universe on Monday.
Ooh,
Maybe
yeah,
we
okay.
hit up Disney on Tuesday.
Nice.
I'm still waiting for somebody to hit me up with some tickets to those parks because I know I got some friends out there.
Yeah,
and that would
yeah.
be so much fun to be able to get into those parks and report back for everybody.
I might have some help with the Universal side of things.
Okay.
But what we would need help with was the Disney side of things, because if I could go anywhere, I would love to go to Epcot to ride Guardians of the Galaxy. Now that all of that virtual queue stuff is done, you can just go get in the line or just pay the $20 for the Lightning Lane just to ride it. If we're going down there
And
one
people say it's awesome. I mean, I would love to be. When I look at that roller coaster and I look at the videos and I look at the lights on and whatever, it seems mediocre. It really,
Right.
really does.
Yes,
But
yeah.
I get the sense that this is one you got to ride to experience and actually experience to form any opinion about it. So I'm right there with you. I'll ride that with you.
Yeah. If you and I could get there, where else I want us to go to that Space 220 restaurant too.
I'd love to do that.
Ride to the
I want
top.
to do Space
Yeah.
220, and I think we're going to get to the Beacon Barrel.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's got to happen. Yeah,
That'd be good.
yeah.
That'd be good.
Over
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom.
So if anybody's got some, inside Disney stuff, want to help out your pals, Mike and EB, could use it. Got to keep
Sure
the
could.
costs under wraps, man.
Yeah,
The Patreon,
well,
we appreciate the Patreon people, but it's not like paying the bills to the point where we can afford all those expensive tickets. You know what I'm saying?
It's fueling the trip. Patreon
Yes.
fuels this fuels the podcast. Gets CoasterDamus. Look at that nice. He's got an hourglass and a nice candlestick.
Yes.
Those things aren't cheap. Go to patreon.com/Coaster Radio. Pledge your support for our dumb CoasterDamus. Because
got
it
a
is so much
nameplate.
fun.
Yeah, the
He's so
nameplate ain't
fancy.
cheap, EB. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, and I got to pay Signetti an honorarium.
That's right. He's just gonna stare daggers at you.
Patreon.com/Coaster Radio. Perks, bonus content, behind the scenes stuff. You get in the Snail Mail Club. You get into the Discord. It's so much fun. We read your name on the podcast every single week. If you pledge at the $20 level, we love that, Mike.
Absolutely. Let's say hello to Alex Payne, Brian Wackler, Chris Rankin, Cincinnati Nick, the sweatshirt guy, our friends at Club Z, the two bearded Coaster Chris's, CM Venom, Colton Toms, Dino, Grace, John Brody, John Brown, and Josh Combs.
Also, Justin Padilla, Karen and Lee Howard, and Kevin Wilson, Kyle Kiefer, our friends at Made to Thrill, Matt Walker, Mike Bear, Nick from Paris, Paladelos Reyes, Patrick Steinman, Rich Barber, Rick Burnley, Shane Mankiewicz, Tom from Louisville, Zachary Carpenter, and of course our good friend Kyle Lindner at Lindner Design Company, specializing in branding, illustration, and small batch custom apparel. You can find them on Instagram at Lindner Design.
So thanks again to everybody who sent in the fantastic predictions for this year's CoasterDamus, and we are so looking forward to next week having you guys join us as Arthur Levine comes on for his record-setting, I think, 20. We're going to have to find out. Is it 20? Is it 21st? But he's definitely setting a record here for most appearances on the Coaster
Every
Radio
year
podcast.
He does.
And we're going to talk all about the exciting rides coming to parks near you in the upcoming year. It should be great, EB. Oh, hang the door open one more time right here at the end of the show. What's going on, man? What's going on?
I just want to say glory to God. Just great job, everybody Patreon. Thanks so much. This is so much fun. It's such a great podcast episode. You know, up, down, left, right, predictions forward, predictions backward. Keep up the great work, everybody. So much fun to be here. And I love you guys. I'll die for you. I'll die for you. Glory to God.
You've been listening to Coaster Radio, the original theme park podcast. To learn more about the show and hear hundreds of episodes from the archives, visit our website at CoasterRadio.com. This is your announcer, Neil Patrick Harris. Thanks for listening. Peace out, suckers. Coaster Radio is a production of Lift Hill Media, LLC. Audio and video from this program may not be broadcast, edited, or reproduced without our express written permission. Copyright 2026, all rights reserved. This was all done in one breath.